Hello everybody and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary. Today I'm going to be talking about another Booker's Batches 2018-03 Kentucky Chew. So this is named after a very specific motion that Booker would do with his mouth and lips and everything while he was tasting whiskey. And a reporter basically, that was hanging out with Booker, talking to him, whatever, he coined this phrase, Kentucky Chew. And Booker said that basically the idea is that it coats the whole inside of his mouth and lets him get all of the nuances of the whiskey. So I'll kind of show this off. I'm hopeful that the microphone doesn't pick it up and have it be kind of gross. I apologize in advance if it is, and I'll try to lower the volume a little bit in post. All right, so let's go ahead and do the nosing here, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. So, beautiful, beautiful nose. Very bourbony, for sure. I know that that's kind of a very generic term, but when you smell this, you will detect that this is nothing but bourbon. You've got caramel, vanilla, cinnamon, a little bit of like nutmeg almost, and that's about it. There's a very small hint of oak. It's definitely further along, despite this being fairly well aged, about six and a half years or so. 6 years, 4 months, 12 days, which I love that about this. I think that's cool that it has the exact time frame. All right, let's go ahead and give this a sip. Cheers. See how that's kind of weird? It's not something I personally do. That's not how I taste whiskey. Certainly not in front of other people. You've never seen me do that on the channel because I just find that to be kind of gross, at least audio wise. Anyway, it does have an effect. And the entire point of doing that is it brings, not only does it coat the whole inside of your mouth, but by opening your mouth and like that, it brings air across the top of your tongue. And that will also enhance some of the flavors. That all being said, this is the most, hands down, the most unique flavored Booker's so far. There is a lot going on here, but it's all in the texture of the whiskey. And as far as flavors go, there's a lot of kind of rye forward here. You've got the oak is coming out. You've got very, very small hints of vanilla. It's not that, I'd say that's almost like one of the last things I would point out. You've got kind of a charcoal-y bit to it too. It's like almost, it's not smoke. It's more like, it's almost like the oak is burnt, I guess is the best way to put it. If you taste this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But as I'm exhaling, it almost tastes like smoke. So anyway, there's also a little bit of sweetness to this as well. But the main thing that's unique about this is when it coats the whole inside of your mouth, you can taste the tannins from the barrel, and it kind of dries out the inside of your mouth a bit. Anyway, this one is immediately, to me, the best so far of this year's batches, 2018-03, which is good because at the time of putting this out, you could probably still get your hands on this bottle. I think that you should. One thing I don't often say is all of these bottles are like 75 bucks, and for a bourbon that's pretty expensive. There's not a whole lot of other bourbons that are that expensive. So, maybe pick one. And if you had to pick one, this would be the one I'd pick, and then Kathleen's batch, and then Backyard Barbecue so far. But let's see what 2018-04 has to bring. I don't have that bottle yet, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Cheers.